Hi, so today we're going to look at automating some commands using Python and the Windows shell. Essentially, if you're curious what the Windows shell is, it's the command prompt that you get when you type in command. It looks like what a DOS prompt used to look like. And so we're going to control that shell using Python commands. And at the beginning, we're going to use just the built-in Python libraries, just the built-in OS library. Later on, we will continue using a library called AutoShell, and what that does is it simplifies the process. As our commands get more and more complicated, we can use AutoShell to simplify them, and so it'll make things a lot easier for us to do. So let's go ahead and look at the desktop and get started. All right, so as you can see, we've already got Notepad open, Notepad++. And we've already got our command saved. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to run a simple echo command. Echo is the command in Windows Shell, our batch command that allows you to echo some text to the window, to the shell window. So let's go ahead. First thing that we have to do, and the most important thing, is we have to import the OS library. That's the library that contains all the commands and all the code that allows us to access the Windows shell without having to use anything else. So let's go ahead and look at that. And then we're going to use os.system, which is a method inside the OS command, and we're going to just basically have it echo what do we have it echo? Hello world. That's usually a good one. Okay, now you'll notice, let's look at the syntax here. I started off with the library, .system, that calls the method, and then inside the method for parameters, I set up the echo command. This is what we'd ordinarily type in the shell. It's just echo hello world. But I made it into a string. You can see I surrounded it with single quotes to make it into a string. The parameter that this method takes is a string, and the string is the command. So whatever command you would type into the shell, you're going to surround it with single or double quotes. All right, so now if I save this and I bring up the shell. Okay, now the first thing we need to do before we can run this is to make sure that we're in the proper directory. So we should be in C:python code, and let's go ahead and type in the dir command and make sure that our script is in here. And there it is, Python 3_1. Shell commands. You'll notice there's another copy up here that has a space in it. That space will not work. You cannot put spaces in these program names, so I had to get rid of that space. This is the one we want to run, the one without a space. So we're going to do Python 3_1 shell commands or .py. And when we do, we get the expected result, hello world. Basically what happened is the OS library allowed us to access the system method, and the system method, all it does is run commands or whatever as a parameter as a text. So we can put any batch command in here and we can run it, just like we echoed hello world. Let's go ahead and change this now to something like dir. You saw us use it a while ago. We're going to use dir to print out the directory that we're in, or the contents of the directory. So let's go ahead and save that. And it's just going to exactly, first of all, let's run dir in the batch, in the shell, just like we would ordinarily. And you'll notice it prints out the whole list of all the files and folders that are in this directory. Now let's run our Python script. And we should get the same output. And we do. And that's exactly what we get. Once again, analyze our code. We imported the library that we needed. And then using that library's system method, we ran a batch command, and we ran it, or we entered it as a string. The system method takes strings as its parameters. So we made that command string, and we ran it, and sure enough, it did exactly what we expected it to. It allowed us to run that batch command. Okay, so as you can see, it's very easy to run batch commands, or at least simple ones. It's very easy to run those in Python. We can access the Windows shell, which means we can have all sorts of control over Windows. If you're a system administrator, you should already be able to begin to see the advantages that this can give you. You can write Python scripts that can do all kinds of things. You can control log files, you can archive files, you can run backups, you can run tasks, you can run batch files. So if you created a DOS batch file, now you can create a Python script to run it. So this is definitely an advantage. Go ahead and complete the assignment that's below. Once you've got the assignment done, turn it in, and then if you have any questions, I can be reached through the Canvas inbox, or you can also contact me after class. Let me know if I can help, and I'll see you around campus. Have a good day.